Welcome in, guys. Thank you for joining us. My name is Josh. I'm going to be the tournament director for this series. I'm also going to be one of your commentators for the evening. Joining me tonight is going to be Jake the Snake.
Hello, 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 and welcome to DogHouse Poker.
Tonight, we're going to be doing some coverage on event number 2 of the Spring Fling series, 5,000 guaranteed free roll tournament. We had 77 entries for this tournament, 52 rebuys, and 86 add-ons. That made up a prize pool of $6,470. We originally paid out the top 10 spots today. A deal was made to pay the bubble, so we did not have to play hand for hand today. We are now down to our final 9, and we're going to have cards in the air here in just a minute. And there's a look right there of the rest of the series. We've only got up to event 2 so far, so we still have, I think, 15 events left in this series. Plenty of action for you guys.
Oh, yeah, and look at all the stuff going on this week. Tomorrow we got that almost freeze out. Tuesday, the double green chip bounty. And then starting Wednesday, they're doing the Pot Limit Omaha Championship Day 1s. They're starting that on Wednesday, and they're going to go all the way until Saturday.
That is going to be a fun one, guys. If you think you've got what it takes to be the PLO Championship, come see us next week starting Wednesday. More on that later, guys. We're getting ready to get right to the action here in just about 20 seconds. When we get this screen pulled up, we'll introduce our players, and then we'll get some cards in the air. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hop in the chat. Let us know who you're here rooting for. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. All right, guys. Yes, no volume at the moment. We just realized that. So it's going to be about 30 minutes before we can get any audio back. Unfortunately, we're going to lose that audio from this first 30 minutes. We are working to get that fixed and should have it fixed here. Just have to wait for it to catch up on the delay. So for now, you're just going to have to listen to us talk about the hands. And here we are in hand number 1. Looks like we're going heads up to a flop. Gerald with Queen Jack of Spades and Roland with King 9 of Clubs.
And neither of them flopping anything right there, but usually that doesn't matter to these guys.
See, and this is a strong look if Gerald decides to bet here, see, because Roland raised pre-flop and Gerald just called. So if he decides to bet now, okay.
No,
There we go.
he thought better of it. And
check, check, and the meaningless 4 of hearts.
although it does open some chop outs for Gerald, because Gerald's behind right now with the queen high. But let's see if any of them are going to bet. No, it's going to go check, check again. And as long as there's no folding, as long as Roland doesn't fold, he's going to win the hand. But Gerald's going to lead out. He's going to try to make something happen here. And Roland snap folded. He was out of there.
Wow, good bit there by Gerald.
Yeah, and let's look at our players here. We got Elida, we got Sandra, Doc, Gerald, Roland, Herbert, Free Money, of course, Johnny, and Rambo. Great players. And they all played really, really good today. They outlasted 80 or almost 80 people. Well, okay, it's about 70 people.
77. Almost 80 was correct.
Yeah. See, I was close.
Jonathan HTX hopping in the Facebook chat. Welcome in, sir. Thanks for joining us. How you doing, buddy?
Good old Jonathan. The guy. The guy. Love to see it. And now we're looking at the big blinds are big here. So we got the ante going here. So what that means is the small blind will pay $30,000 and the big blind will pay $60,000 and an additional $60,000 ante that goes into the middle and just disappears into whoever takes down the pot.
Yeah. So it's a common misconception. People think that, oh, well, the big blind has to pay twice the big blind when they're, well, no, that's not exactly true, because what's happening here is, if you really think about it, the big blind is paying the ante for the rest of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has to do that. So in the long run, it's really going to be the exact same thing as if we go back, 10, 15 years ago to everybody ante.
Well, and the cool thing about it is that balances everything to where there's not going to be a whole lot of just sitting around waiting. You're going to have to play some hands eventually.
Absolutely.
And back to the action here. It looks like we got a flush on the board, or 3 diamonds on the board, and both of them have flush draws.
Yes.
Elida with the king high, and Roy's not going to like that 5 high one, so he's letting it go.
Yeah.
I don't blame him, though. That's low.
Well, and if you look at that chip stack there, Elida has 2 million. She is our chip leader by almost 400,000. She has 27% of all the chips in play in her stack alone.
Oh, yeah, and seeing her play today, she was knocking it down. She was hitting hand after hand, and that's exactly what you want to see when you're playing a tournament like this.
Absolutely. It's always a good thing when you're playing good, but you're also running good. That's you can't ask for anything better than that.
And the irony of all this, and you actually see the mothers of the tables here. So we got a couple people rooting for the women on the table. Valerie's rooting for her mom, and they're doing well. They're doing very well for Mother's Day. Look at that.
Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day to any of you out there that are mothers. Thanks for tuning in on Mother's Day. Thank you to all the mothers who came out and played in event number 2 today. It was great to see the field that we had today. A lot of women in our field today, for sure.
Oh yeah, and it's always a great thing to see that.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we have just been corrected. Our apologies. We're going to go by Lily, our chip leader. Her name is Lily.
Yep, I was pronouncing it wrong all along, which is no surprise. I do struggle with that. It's Elida normally, but we're going to call her Lily this entire time. She's doing great.
We do have an all-in here. Rambo is at risk with King-Queen.
Hey, he's going to take that double up with the ace high.
Or with ace-10, sorry. Roland called with King-Queen. King-Queen is not going to spike it, and Rambo's going to get that double up, staying alive.
Oh, Lily actually has quite the turnout in the chat. She has so much support, and everybody's kind of invested in watching her play. If you're invested in watching someone else play, definitely shout them out. We'll try to call it out for you. And in the dealer seat, we got Eddie. He's been around here for a while, and he's a great guy.
The man, the myth, the legend.
KP's rooting for Roy. And Tori, he's rooting for Herb. Well, let's see how they do. Definitely some very, very good players here. And right now up top, we actually have $2,100 to the first place winner. And that's what all these guys are shooting for right now. Everybody at the table is looking for that $2,100 to take home. And the blind just went back up. There we're at 40K, 80K, 80K. And Johnny decides to go all in with his ace-jack. Beautiful hand. Man, he has been fighting back and forth all day. Man, I've seen him since we started the tournament. He's been here since it started at 4. And he's just been fighting for the last 6 hours. And it looks like Free Money's going to make the call. Well, no, he actually raised to put Lily in a heck of a spot. Let's see what she does. She's looking to see what they're doing. He's got about, he bet 400 there, and he's got about 75 behind. She may just send it in there and put them both at risk. And you see Roy, he's getting a little nervous. He likes that queen jack suited, but he doesn't want to see a call necessarily here. But she's thinking about it. She's got the biggest chip stack of the entire table, and there she goes. She's getting it in there. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Let's see what happens. And Sandra, under the big blind, she's out of there. She did not like that 6-3 offsuit. Can't blame her. Cannot blame her at all. Now we're going to get to go see a flop, and there's still action to be had because Roy still has about 75,000 behind, but there is a side pot brewing. This is a big pot right here. And Jack 6. Wow, Johnny flops trips. Same thing with Free Money. He flops 3 of a kind. That is amazing. So it looks like Roy, Free Money, he's going to take down that side pot as long as it comes out of clean run out. And he went all in for 75,000. We got Lily thinking about it. It's not even a big blind at this point, so I don't think she's going to be letting it go necessarily because there is more than, yeah, there's quite a bit on the side pot there. It looks like there's about 500 in the side pot.
Wow, what a flop. That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, and she's still alive. She's still got a percentage, 3%.
Uh-oh. Well,
now we're down to 0. That's exactly not what she wanted to see. But they're going to chop it up, actually.
Wow, there we go.
Free Money and Johnny, you're going to chop that up. They're going to chop up Lily's money.
That was very... Okay, outside pot.
Yeah, he's taking the main
there
pot.
We go.
Or the side pot,
Yeah.
and Johnny's going to chop the main one.
That is probably that is very unlucky actually for Johnny. He should have won that entire thing, and instead now he has to chop it with a worse hand.
I tell you what, though, I don't think Johnny's too upset about that. He's happy to be still in the tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't make a full house and get chips back and not be. You have to be. You can't be mad about it. It just.
He still got the double up. He did. He still got the double up.
Oh, actually, he did. You're right. Yeah. He should have got a triple up, not a. That's right.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely should have got the triple up with all that.
Yeah.
That big blind money definitely contributed to that right there.
Sure.
And Sandra actually is now the chip leader with 20% of the entire chips with 1.5 million chips in front of her. See, our ladies are leading us today. Amanda's calling out Gerald. Thank you for rooting for Gerald. We'll see him play, I'm sure. And we got the cards in the air again. Oh, no, looks like we got quite the hand here. Tens for Rambo, and he's definitely going to be sending that in there. Quite the player. He's going all in with 80, or he's going all in with his 350,000 chip stack. Herbert is going to get out of there. Same thing with Johnny. Doc, he's out of there with his pocket deuces. He doesn't think that deuces never loses here. Lily's out of there. Oh, he's going to take the walk. Look at that. Everybody's folding out of there. Roland threw away his ace-6. At least he doesn't have to pay his blinds this time. He got away with it. Now he's going to be, he just got the blinds for what he's going to be paying here in a bit. So Rambo does get that, which is nice. And we're continuing on to see what's going on. Anybody out there supporting Johnny or Rambo? Anybody shouting out for them?
Yeah, let's just leave all the brown chips in play. I don't
Got another hand here. And Sandra has ace-8 suited, but Lily's going to have the DogHouse hand, K9. King-9 offsuit. And she's going to call. She's going to call that. Rambo's got 8-7 suited. I love those suited connectors. It's always exciting to see those hands. And it's going to be very exciting to see what they do here. He's thinking about it. Roland had to act before him, though. So I think Rambo's just going to take the check and take the passive route. So we got a four-way hand. Beautiful to see in a tournament. It's always exciting. Anybody can hit here. And sure enough, Rambo actually squeaks in with the best hand right now with his 7. Unsuspecting, I'm sure, because Sandra's right here on the button, and she might take a stab. And here she goes. Look at her go. She actually is going to make it quite big and make the best hand fold. Look at that. She's going to take it down. Way to go. See, she didn't get here by fooling around. She is making hands, and she's making the best hands fold too. Good job, Sandra. Yeah, Nicole's in the chat. The ladies are definitely stacked here on this Mother's Day. It is beautiful to see. And I tell you what, that's a great Mother's Day gift right there, to get a final table in a tournament like this. All of them are shooting for that $2,100 up top, and that's fantastic to see. Let's see what our payouts look like. 9th place, which is the next person to get knocked out, will be taking down $230, and it will go up to $260 for 8th place, $290 for 7th, $320 for 6th place, $400 for 5th, $530 for 4th, $790 for 3rd place. 2nd place is going to take $1,250, and 1st place, like we've been saying, $2,100. They are all excited about that. And back to the action here. We got free money calling with his ace-10 offsuit. Roland's going to raise with his jack-9 of clubs. He's going to make it about 200,000. I thought it was 175. Beautiful. Little over 2 big blinds. Herbert's out of there with his mystery hand. And free money. He's gonna come along and see what we got going on here. Beautiful to see. Let's see who squeaks ahead. Now, where Roland did raise pre-flop, so he does have quite the hand. And it's all low cards, though. Free money does have that gut shot straight draw with the ace, and he's going to stab with it. He's going to make a bet, but it doesn't look like Roland wants to. Oh, no, Roland actually went all in. Goodness. I missed that. Here we go. We've got Roland at risk with the jack-9, and he is behind. He's going to need a jack or a 9 to make this happen because there's no clubs. We are going to see the final card here in a second, and that will decide if Roland is going to take our 9th place. And yes, he is. Ace High is going to win that right there, and he's going to take home $230. Way to go, Roland. Oh, Rick out here, he's shouting out how well the ladies played today. Monica ended up taking 10th place, and she just had ace-jack, and it could not hold against a better hand. And sometimes that's how it goes. The cards can fall any way, and it's tough to know what's going to happen. If we all knew what was going to happen, we would we'd be a lot better at the game. I know I would be. We got another supporter for Lily, too. Robert Aguilar. Thank you for joining the chat. Amy Serrano supporting Lily as well. Love to see it. Love to see it. Now we are down to 8 players. The big blinds are still 80,000, 80,000 for the big blind and 40,000 for the small blind. So let's see what's going to happen here. We get a couple folds because they are not liking their hands too much. Sandra, though, she's hesitating a little bit with her ace-9 offsuit, and I think she's going to be raising. Look at her go. Good hold, 200,000 chips. Herbert, he's no, Rambo is going to be making the call with king 10 of clubs. That's a heck of a hand. Herbert's out of there with his ace 5, and Johnny has jack 8. I don't know what he's thinking about. I know he's got a big amount in that in that pot already, but he can't call there with jack 8. It's tough. It's a tough call, especially with all these overcards. He would have been in very rough shape with jack high. Oh, no, but he would have actually flopped 2 pair. Look at that. Crazy. And neither of these players ended up flopping anything here, so we got to see what's going to happen now. Sandra's going to keep the story. She's going to keep telling the story that she has a very strong hand, and Rambo's going to have to make a decision for his entire stack. And he's going to let it go. Good hand, Sandra. These women do not hold back. They are making stuff happen. Rambo and Johnny are actually right there with 2% of the chips in the pot. Not much left. I think we're gonna have. Some action here. I think the blinds just went up 2 on us. Let's see. Oh, we got another supporter for Lily. 2 people supporting Lily. We got Techie7 and Gerald Muniz. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for supporting. Love to see it. Love to see it. And we're back into the action here. Gerald has ace 6 offsuit under the gun. Hard to tell what he's going to do here. He is thinking about it because that is a good hand. But he's letting it go. He's going to pick a better spot, and I don't blame him. It's going to fold around to Herbert with king 3 offsuit. Let's see if he's going to try to. Oh, no, he's going all in with that. And Johnny, he ain't getting in there with 5 deuce of clubs. Neither is Doc. She's out of there. Good play, Herbert. That's how you make it happen right there. Here we go, keeping it going along here. Tori Brown, welcome to the chat. still at the big blinds have gone up. The blinds are now 50,000, 100,000, 100,000 ante. So there's always 250,000 chips in the pot before action is made. Lily's out of there with her ace-4. Sandra's got ace-5. She's out of there. Rambo. Ooh, is he going to make a play? Is he going to just send the rest of his chips in there with the queen-10 offsuit? He is. Look at that. Here we go. He's got a little over a big blind and a half. Herbert's going to let it go with 10-9. Same thing with Johnny. Let's see what he is letting go. 7-6 offsuit. And Doc is going to let go. Oh, is she going to make the call? This is the question. Nope, she's not. But Gerald with ace-king. Look at that. He is definitely making the call there. Rambo is at risk with quite the hand developing here. Gerald's ahead with ace-king. And still ahead. He is still ahead. A 9 will give Rambo the best hand, though. And a 9 alone will give him the best hand. And look at that. Could not make it happen. He's going home in 8th place, taking home $260. Way to go, Gerald. Taking down another person. And here we go. We're looking good. Sorry about the audio not happening here, folks, but you get to listen to me. I'll try to keep you going this entire time. Thanks again for tuning in. And again, look, the ladies have been holding on and holding their leads. And they're just doing a great job today. Look at that. And we're going to have Lily and Sandra acting first here in this hand. Let's see what develops. Lily has 4 deuce offsuit, and she does not want that hand. Nope, not at all. Don't blame her. Neither does Sandra. They are happy letting those go. But Herbert, he's going to raise with the ace-queen suited, or offsuit. And Johnny, he actually just let the ace-6 go. Good fold by Johnny with ace-6. We got Gerald with 10-6 and free money with the dirty diaper. Irma is in the chat. Cheering him on too. Here we go. Herbert's going to take that down though. He's going to take down that dead money in the middle. Take that $250,000 or 250,000 chip right into his stack. Just building him back up. He's doing a great job. And we're going to keep this going. Johnny, he's trying to find that hand. I don't blame him. He's been hanging on so good today. He's been doing such a great job. Just picking his spots and just making it happen. Lily Pad. Lily Pad, yep. She is doing a great job too. Look at her go. She's in the big blind this hand. Sandra's going to get to act first. Let's see what we're playing with here. Oh, Sandra's got the king-7. She looks at that first card, likes that king, sees that 7, and nope, she don't like that. Don't blame her. Johnny got the jack-10 suited. Here he goes. He picked his spot, and here he goes. Let's see what happens. Doc has ace-8. And Gerald right behind her has got that king-jack. So one of them, I think, are going to make the call. Yep, Doc is right there. Well, let's see. Some developments. I wish we had audio to see what they were saying. No, she's going to let the ace-8 let the ace-8 go. And I think Gerald's going to make the call here with the king-jack. Let's see. He indeed is going to make the call, even though Johnny's in for a little bit less. Let's see what free money does with his king-7. He's going to make the call. And Lilypad is doing great. Look at her go. She's going to let them all see the flop. And we got a side pop brewing for everybody besides Johnny. Lily, Free Money and Gerald are going to have a side pot, so that's why we're not seeing the cards just yet. And we got an ace on the flop. Oh, wow. Nobody knows who's got the best hand. And we're going to see the turn card, which is always suspenseful to see. It's a deuce and a 4 on the river. So Gerald is going to be taking down at least the main pot as long as he stays in the hand this time. Free Money and Lily are letting it go, and Gerald is going to take it home. He's going to knock out Johnny, and Johnny's going to take home $290, and man, he deserves it. He has worked so hard to get there. Great job, Johnny. Love to see it. Love to see the profit right there, man. All right, we only have 6 players left. Still got the big blinds at 100,000, 100,000. So let's see what develops. Where's everybody viewing the stream at right now? Where's everybody at? I'm guessing we got some local people watching their loved ones here. Lily's got some support. Herbert supporting Herbert. Love to see that. We're down to 6 players. The next person to go out is going to get $320 at the very least. Let's see what happens. Herbert, he's going to be under the gun with King 10 suited. That is a beautiful hand. And he's going to raise it. He's going to make it 3 big blinds. 300,000. Doc's going to let the 7-5 suited go, and Gerald has the doghouse hand. King 9. The K9. Making it sound like a dog. And he's going to let that go. Can't blame him. It's only great when you can make a good hand with it, and he's not wanting to pay to play. Looks like everybody else is going to let it go, and he's going to take that pot down. He's going to get his big blind for the next hand. Pamela, we need to pay for a wedding. Who we shouting for? Pamela, whose wedding we got going on here? And do I get an invite? All right. We get to see what happens next. Doc is under the gun, and she's going to be acting first. She has the good old King 7. She doesn't like it. She likes that King, doesn't like that 7, though. Gerald's got 8 deuce. He doesn't like it. Free Money's going to let it go with a dirty diaper. And Lily, oh, my goodness, she's got jacks on the button. Look at her go. She's going to be raising. She's grabbing raisin chips. And she's going to be putting down the hammer with 300,000. Let's see what Herbert does. Oh, he's going to make the call. He's got a speculative hand, 8-6. I made a great hand with that earlier today, and it paid off. Let's see if he decides to see it. He doesn't want to see it. I don't blame him. We want to hang in there. Good hand, Lily. She's still doing such a great job. Look at her go. Leroy. He's looking out for Herbert over here. Let's go. Let's go, Herbert. Hang in there, man. Let's see it. We get to see some more cards happening here. Amy, she's watching from her job. We love to see that. You get to sit there and act like you're working, but not. Love it, love it, love it. We love to see that you're enjoying seeing Lily play while you're at work. That's great. Oh, look at Lily's back-to-back good hands. She just had Jackson. Now she's got aces on the cutoff. Look at her go. That's amazing.
Just 2 aces. That's it.
Yeah, only the best hand in poker pre-flop, you know. Look at her go. And she's going to get everybody else to fold there, too. She's just taking down that money.
You know, it really feels bad when you have aces pre-flop and you raise it up just a little bit and nobody calls. But
It's better than getting cracked, I
it's
tell you
better
what.
than getting cracked. And to be honest, I think any time that you can win a pot before showdown at any point and add chips to your stack that you did not previously had, you can't be upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can feel you right there. Unless you just back-to-back good hands and nobody's paying you off, that
Yeah.
can be a little rough. But honestly, where she's got such a big stack, she's happy to get cards
Right, right.
that give her action here. Oh my goodness, we got some clubs here. Free Money's got the ace-9 of clubs.
That is almost my favorite hand.
What is your favorite hand?
Ace-8 of suited cards.
Okay.
No
Hey.
particular suit.
See, and I have a goofy hand that I like, King Deuce suited.
Yeah, sounds about right. Donkey.
I am that way. Like, I will ride the roller coaster of play all day long. Love to see it. Oh, Amanda, she is in the chat for Herbert. And KP is talking about the dead man's hand, which is ace.
Yes, Ace-8.
Yep.
Ace-8. That is my favorite hand. Has to be suited, though. It used to be any Ace-8, and then I caught myself just playing it all the time because, it's my favorite hand. And then I'm like, okay, I'm playing this way too often. I'm losing way too often. We're going to have to, at least it has to be at least suited, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, I don't blame you. Like, it's a good hand. It's still a good hand.
It can
to
be.
play. Yeah. Love to see the cards. Now, we've got a couple all-ins here. Herbert and Doc are both all in here. And Free Money, he's thinking about it. This is a tough thought here, but I think he's going to stick it in there and play the game. Let's see what he does, because he does have those clubs.
Yeah, I mean, the problem at this point is the blinds are getting so high. No matter how many chips you have in them, the blinds are going up for everybody, right?
Yep.
So it really comes down to how many big blinds you have. And if you look right there, Free Money only has 8 big blinds with 1.1 million.
Yep.
So if you're not going to put it in when you have a big suited ace,
yeah.
when are you going to put it in, right? That's how you have to think about it here.
Oh, yeah.
And he does have the best hand here, for sure.
Yeah.
He's a
right now.
37% favorite to win this hand. Herbert does have 2 live cards, however.
Yep.
Doc is in really rough shape. She's going to need some diamonds or a couple threes to come out here.
Yeah, and both Herbert and Doc are at risk. So we got quite a few people supporting Herbert in the chat. Hate to see him go home right here, but let's see what's going to happen. As Eddie's going to count out our stacks, because we're going to have a side pot here for Herbert and Free Money. And we're going to get to see all the cards right here, and we're going to get to see the whole run out. First 3 cards on the flop are 7 queen. Ooh. Now that does give Doc and Free Money some chop outs. Because anything.
More outs for Doc. Diamond.
Oh, diamond, yep.
Oh,
and there it is. Look at
she
that.
Gets there.
So Free Money's going to take the side pot down, but Doc is going to take down that main pot, and she's going to get that triple up.
Wow. What a turn of events here. That was a massive pot. 2.8 million in that pot. And Doc now with 2 million in her stack.
I think she just took the chip lead with that.
I think that's probably right.
It's so funny. We were just talking about how these women have just been performing so well this entire time.
Absolutely.
And look at her go. She's
Absolutely.
making it happen. Mother's Day. And she's celebrating out there. Love to see it. All the friendly faces we get to see here at DogHouse. We get to see quite a few of them here. Now we're down to 5. 5 people in the plan. And Dexter, he's going to start sitting in for Eddie here. He's going to be our next dealer. And it looks like the big blinds have just gone up to 60,000, 120,000, 120,000 NT. And Sandra's going to get to act first. Oh, no. Lily's going to act first. Sometimes those chips throw you off where they're stacked out. Sandra let go. Doc has a king deuce. That's my favorite hand. I don't think she's going to want to play it, though. I think I'm the only degenerate that likes to play that hand. Yep, see? She didn't like it. It was offsuit, though, so I can't blame her. I'd probably let it go if it was offsuit, too. And Gerald got the pocket sevens. He's going to raise, and free money is going to love to see that Brunson hand. He's going to call that 350K. I mean, that's less than 3 big blinds, so to see that with a suited Brunson hand, rest in peace, Doyle Brunson. We get to see what we got here. Ace on the flop. Ace, king, 5. Wow. And Gerald was just gonna go all in. I don't blame him. He's gonna take down that pot. Free money.
I mean, that flop is more in his range than it is in free
100%.
money's range there for sure.
100%.
So a bet works there most of the time, probably. I mean, you could definitely ship it there and get called by a weak ace, and it just is what it is. But most of the time, that bet's gonna work every time.
Just like they like to say in Anchorman, 60% of the time it works every time.
That's absolutely correct. I actually don't know the scientific research behind that and the maths, but
I'm pretty sure that wasn't scientific at
yeah,
all.
I
That
don't
was
think-
just
yep.
that was just something he
Little
said.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. And now the ladies are outnumbering the men. No surprise there. They have been
Playing so well.
Oh, free money's in. He's going all in with the 10s, pocket 10s. Lily does have king 10 offsuit. Quite the contender hand, and it's only 4 big blinds to call.
Oh, he did not go all in.
Oh, he did not. Would you look at that? I thought he was.
He saved some chips. He is raised to 565.
It looks like he's got about 100,000 behind
Yeah.
now. I think we got it a little off, but he saved 1 big blind for himself. That's what he wanted to do with his pocket 10s. He wanted to hang in there. Lily is in the blender. She doesn't know whether to. Yeah, no, she's going to let it go.
Make the right decision and let it go.
There you go. Well, he's going to take down that dead money. And we're just going to keep it going here. We do have a break coming up, but right now our blinds are 75,000, 125,000, and a 125,000 ante. So everybody's got about 10 big blinds. A little bit more for the ladies because they are killing it. Doc with 15 big blinds, Gerald with 11.
How fitting is this? 3 ladies and 2 guys final tabling this. And the ladies have dominated the men all final table, all tournament long, on Mother's Day.
Yep.
How fitting is that?
No surprise there. No surprise. It's just what's coming to them.
Yep.
They put up with so much as mothers. Like, they deserve it.
Absolutely.
And she's going to raise it. Lily's going to she's going to stand her ground. Sandra does not like that dirty diaper, I don't think. Nope. She's getting out of there. And free money, he has a very speculative hand with queen 3. But what is he doing? Oh, he was thinking about it. He's just going to let it go. But that queen 9.
I'm gonna show a queen.
He did show the queen to Lily.
Oh, he gets shown a queen back.
Yeah, he gets to see that. I think he got to see both cards there.
Oh,
where
okay.
She's got the better kicker than him. I think queen 9 has been hitting left and right into the tournament today. I have witnessed that myself. And shout out to the beautiful things on the table here. We got the home team roofing and
Signco America.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you are in the Houston area and you experienced some roof damage with the previous storms we've had here, contact Hometown Roofing. They'll take care of all of that damage for you. If you're a small business owner and you're looking to get a sign for your business or get any kind of marketing materials, contact Signco America, based right here in Houston, Texas.
And looking at the hand here, free money. Ace-Jack suited. He's going to raise it up to 350,000 chips. Doc is in the big blind with queen 4. She doesn't want to see it.
Nope. And free money is going to get some more free money.
That's exactly right. We were talking about that earlier, that I don't think it necessarily means that he's giving everybody else free money.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting everybody else's money here.
Right.
And he's been playing hard. He's been playing good this entire time. And we've had quite the storms lately this week.
Yes, we have. Houston has really been going through it. Really, all of central North America has kind of just really been going through it. Oklahoma had some terrible, terrible tornadoes.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas, we had some tornadoes. I am from Kansas. We had a few tornadoes there, pretty bad. Devastating in some areas. Nebraska had some devastating tornadoes.
And I have been fortunate enough to not ever see a tornado necessarily. Back when I lived in Utah, in Ogden, Utah, there was a tornado not far from where I worked. We saw all the wind, and it was blowing down our doors, but I did not actually see the funnel of the tornado. So.
Yeah, so I'm from southeastern Kansas, and we get a lot of tornadoes. Like, literally, we're right in the middle of Tornado Alley. So we kind of grew up just, when the tornado would come, we'd get their lawn chairs out, sit out and watch it until it got a little too close for comfort. And then basically every house in south central eastern Kansas either has a tornado shelter or a basement of some sort in very close vicinity to the place.
Yeah,
so,
well, that sounds like something someone from Kansas would do, just sit out there and watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm sitting here watching these I'm watching these Storm Chaser videos lately.
Right, yeah.
Because it's
We're the
interesting to see.
original OG Storm Chasers. We just go watch it for ourselves. Anyways, as you see what's going on here, we are going to be getting rid of those orange 5,000 unit chips. We're going to be racing those off. We don't need them anymore. The blinds are going to be high enough where we can take those chips out of play to kind of speed things up a little bit. Less counting for the dealers, quicker and easier.
Yep, and they're on break now, too. They're going to take a breather, go see what's going to happen. Look at all those orange chips that Free Money has.
Yep. Susan popping in the Facebook chat. Even Michigan had a horrible tornado. I did not see that tornado in Michigan. But regardless, I know that they were just all over the Midwest. Even in North Texas, I think had a couple of confirmed touchdown tornadoes. I don't think they were quite as big as some of the other ones in Kansas and in Nebraska and Oklahoma. But
I think we're fortunate to live where we're at because from what I understand, tornadoes aren't super common here in Houston.
yeah, we just have the water tornadoes, those hurricanes.
Which I've lived here 3 years and have not experienced a hurricane. And I'm going to knock on wood and count my lucky stars that I haven't had that yet.
So I moved to Corpus Christi months, immediately after Harvey. Immediately. So I was not here for it. I just got to witness all of the aftermath in the areas, and it was devastating to see hurricanes just come in and cause so much damage.
Yeah, it is quite crazy to see. I mean, the flooding is what we've been seeing a lot of lately here.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is so crazy. There's a place over here on the Highway 99, just north of the DogHouse here. There is a place that normally just has this little pond. It turns into a lake with the water that we've had lately. I saw a guy literally on it this last week with a boat.
Wow.
I've never seen anybody on that with a boat.
Wow, that's pretty strong there.
Yeah, it's quite full. It's quite crazy that we've gotten that much moisture, and we need it.
Yes.
We definitely need it. My lawn is thankful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting hot, too.
Yeah.
Here in Houston, Texas. It should cool down a little bit. You don't like the weather here in Houston, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change its mind on you.
Yeah, that's mostly true. Mostly true. All right, looks like that is me right there in that frame. I'm buying up all those chips off of Free Money, giving them a bunch of brown chips for a bunch of orange chips.
And we get to see our tech guy, Mr. Stacks.
That is the man with the plan right there that is making all of these graphics you see on the screen possible. He's back here inputting every bet, every call, every fold, every all-in, anything that's happening on that table. He is back here communicating with the dealer the entire time we are running this stream and inputting all of that information into the software so that we can have these graphics up on the screen for you. Shout out to Colin. Thank you for all the work that you do here. And we are now updating the chip counts so we can have accurate information for everyone.
which you can always check these chip counts on Poker Atlas, and you'll also be able to see what else is going on here at DogHouse at any time.
Absolutely. Every single break of every tournament during this series, we are going to be updating chip counts. You see the dealer right there counting down the chips. He's going to be inputting that number into the tablet, and you can log on to Poker Atlas and see everybody's chip counts in live time anytime you want to.
Yep, and it's beautiful to see, too, especially with your loved ones playing. And it looks like Lily actually has the biggest chip stack right now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it definitely does. About 2 million, a little over 2 million it looks like. You see the other two gentlemen there, the only two men left in the tournament, have just about the same amount of chips. Looks like maybe 1.2 million. Miss Renee in seat 1 looks like she's got about 1.5.
1.55.
Miss Sandra looks like she's got about 1.5 as well.
And spoiler alert, I think this is when you guys talked about doing an ICM, right?
Yeah, so I don't believe, I don't think we're going to deal another hand. Somebody asked if we could look at ICM. I did go and assist them in looking at ICM there.
And basically what that means to the viewers that do not know is it's independent
chip model.
Yep.
So what that does, everybody likes to, a lot of people will assume that ICM is just a chip chop. The difference between a chip chop and ICM is chip chop. All it does is take the total amount of money that you have to pay out and the total amount of chips that each participant has and divides that money by their chips and basically assigns each chip a dollar value. So with that method, somebody who has the most chips could potentially get paid out more than what the posted first place is for the tournament. So chip chop is kind of old news. We don't really do that anymore. Obviously, if the players want to utilize the chip chop, we'll absolutely do it. I definitely have the capability to do that. It's pretty simple math, but ICM is different because instead of just taking into account the entire money that we have in the prize pool, it takes into account what we're paying out first place, what we're paying out second place, and so on and so forth. And then it uses that information as well as their total chip counts that they have, and then it assigns everybody a estimated payout based on all of that information. So this way, the person with the most chips is not, nobody can ever get more than first place with ICM. So that's the difference between ICM and chip chop there.
And typically with ICM, what you're going to see is first place not end up paying out as much as it says, but you don't have to play for the rest of the time either, which does make ICM a lot more eye-grabbing to everybody here because with how versatile poker is, it can change at any time.
Anytime, and that's at any structure, any level, however you want to look at it. But especially here, when our chip leader only has 15 big blinds, and our two lowest in chips have about 1.2 million, which is only about 9 big blinds. So that's, the blinds are getting up there. It's anybody's tournament. One hand can decide the entire tournament,
One bad beat and you're at bottom of the stack again. So it's both a good thing and a bad thing for the person in first place, but honestly, anytime that I've gotten to a final table, I'm usually pretty open to it just because it saves you so much time.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, it's kind of one of those things. I've definitely, trust me, I've ran a lot of tournaments in my career so far, and there's been more times than I can remember or count that we've looked at ICM. I've told everybody the numbers, and then even if one person doesn't agree to that, then the deal's off, and we're going to play out for the normal payouts posted. So it has to be a general consensus. Everybody remaining in the tournament has to agree, and when we're talking about chops and things like that. So it's definitely well within anybody's right to say no. You bought in for this tournament. This is the posted payouts. This is what it's going to be. And it's definitely well within anybody's rights to say no, and if they want to continue to play, they don't like the number that they're getting. And, they can negotiate further, too. If I tell them, look, this is what ICM is right now, they can negotiate. The person who has the most chips can say, well, I want a little bit more, and then the players can discuss amongst themselves. Basically, how I view it is the prize pool is the players' money. It's all of their money. They're the ones entitled to it. I benefit nothing from them getting paid out. So as long as it's fair and as long as nobody's getting cheated and it's fair, then I will make whatever deal that they want to make.
Oh, yeah, they get
because
to
it's
make
their
the
money.
decision. They get to make all the decision at that point. You just keep them informed, and there you are.
Exactly.
Out-of-body experience. Right
Yes,
there.
yeah.
You're
It's kind
telling
of
them
weird
exactly
watching
what it is.
yourself on camera 30 minutes after it happened. But I am currently reading off all of the amounts here. So I do have them pulled up right here, so I'll tell you what those amounts would be. I started with the lowest chip amount, which is free money. He would receive $910. Gerald had just a little bit more chips, so he would get $920. Renee in seat 1 would get $1,030. Sandra in the 5 seat there is looking at $1,045. And Miss Lily in the 4 seat would be looking at the most money, as she is our chip leader here, is looking at $1,165. And as you see there, everybody just threw a chip in. I told them, if you agree to this deal, go ahead and push a chip into the middle. That way it's a general consensus. I make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
And they have all agreed to it. So you see the dealer pulling all the chips into the middle there. And
Which
this tournament is over.
Which, if you remember back when I was talking about the payouts earlier, every single person just made better than third place money, and there was only 5 of them left.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the blinds being what they are and the chip stacks being so even, it's anybody's tournament. It definitely makes sense here for them to chomp it up. And ICM is perfect because Lily gets the most money more than anybody else, and rightfully so. She had the most chips.
Yep.
So here I am. I'm going to start paying everybody out.
And the women, all three of them taking over 4
and
figures.
You know what is so funny? First, second, and third place were all women.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
That is phenomenal. The 2 men who got paid were 4th and 5th, and all 3 women at this final table are taking 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. So fitting to happen here on Mother's Day. Thanks to everybody who came out and played in this event today. Helped make this event a success. Remember, this is just event number 2 of the Spring Fling Series here at DogHouse. We've got about 15 more events coming up.
Well, let's put that on the screen and show everybody
Absolutely.
what's
Let's take a look
coming
at
up.
it.
Because the Spring Fling Series is just getting started. And check it out. Like we've been talking about, this week's going to be pretty hopping with that PLO Championship this week.
Absolutely.
And it's Bounty Tournament on Tuesday.
Bounty Tournament on Tuesday. Tomorrow's tournament at 7 p.m. is the Almost Freeze Out. So that's exactly what it sounds like. It's almost a freeze out tournament. If you play a normal freeze out tournament, you buy in and you lose, well, you're done. You can't get back in. With the Almost Freeze Out here, the tournament that we're going to be running tomorrow night, it's going to be 1 re-entry. You can re-enter 1 time. So it's kind of like a mulligan. If you don't do well in your first buy-in, you get another chance. Tuesday at 7 p.m. is going to be the double green chip bounty. Every time you knock somebody out of that tournament, I'm going to give you $50. That is your money. You cannot lose it. There's also going to be a prize pool in that event to win as well. And then, of course, we just talked about the 50,000 guaranteed pot limit Omaha Championship. And then the next weeks and the following, we have all kinds of fun single-day tournaments, including the tag team bounty tournament, the seniors tournament. We've even got some mixed events, some horse, some triple draw. And then finally, finishing it off, the $100,000 guaranteed main event. Just a $300 buy-in on that. That's going to run May 29th, and day 2 is going to be Sunday, June 2nd.
Yep, so with that one, you do get a bag bonus if you end up playing multiple days on day 1. So you got day 1A and B on Wednesday the 29th, C and D on Thursday the 30th, E and F on the 31st, and Saturday is going to be your last chance with G and H to get a shot at getting into day 2. And if you play all of them or multiple of them and bag more than once, you will get $1,000 for your extra bag.
Absolutely. And you'll take your biggest bag to day 2 where you're still playing for all of the money.
Yep. And that's huge.
Well, Jake, looking at this schedule, what event are you most excited to play at here?
I think what I'm going to end up doing is going to be the tag team bounty with a friend of mine. We're going to try to do that tag team tournament and see if we can make that happen.
There we go.
And then I'm going to be shooting for that 100,000 guaranteed main event. I'm going to come and do a couple bullets there at least.
Absolutely. And if 300's a little steep for you for that buy-in, guys, we are running free roll satellites every night, every single night during this series. Some of them will be at 7 p.m., some of them will be at 9 p.m. Just get on Poker Atlas and take a look what time we're going to be running those tournaments. We will be running at least one of those every single day until this series is over, guys. So you can come and you can win your way into the main event here for as little as $0.
Yep. Use $0 and you can get in there and just as long as you win.
I'm going to estimate that first place in the main event is going to be somewhere in the realm of $27,000 to $35,000 ish around there.
Yeah.
That's my estimated, just what I think how many entries we'll get for that tournament.
Yeah.
So you could literally turn $0 into, $30,000.
Which, I mean, sounds pretty good.
Yeah, $30,000. That's nothing to laugh about. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for us here at DogHouse. Make sure to check out this schedule. Check us out on Poker Atlas. Give us a call. Let us know if you have any questions. Come out. These are going to be some really, really fun events we've got going on here, guys. I hope to see all of you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. From all of us here at DogHouse, myself, Jake the Snake, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And don't forget to turn on that bell so that way you can be notified whenever we go live here at the DogHouse.
Absolutely. Lots more final tables coming your way, guys. We'll see you next time.